also I have discussed. Now, moving on to the clinically important enzymes. This is very important. So, clinically important enzymes. There are some enzymes. Because I am telling you why we need to study these enzymes in biochemistry, because this is a very good concept which everybody needs to understand. See here, the enzymes, why you are studying enzymes? Because enzymes are useful for us. We can use the enzymes for diagnostic purpose, or we can use them for some identification of some disease diagnostic purpose, or some enzymes which are clinically important also is useful. So for that matter we need to study these enzymes. For that matter we need to study the enzymes chapter in biochemistry. Because you may be thinking that enzyme study is of no useful. Yes, it has got lot of significance. There is a lot of meaning why we are telling you this enzymes chapter in biochemistry first year. Because by studying the enzymes structure, properties, classifications, different functions, properties we are telling you in the enzymes chapter, because if you understand these properties, we may use these enzymes for clinical relevance. So for diagnostic purpose, that is why the study of enzymes is very, very important. Biochemistry of enzymes is very, very important. Now see here, the clinically important enzymes or diagnostically important enzymes are also called as non-functional enzymes. They are also called as non-functional enzymes. If you see the levels of these enzymes in the plasma, it is very low. So usually the concentration of these enzymes in the plasma is low. What happens in wear and tear and in tissues, death may be released into the plasma. So in wear and tear and in tissues, death, these enzymes may be released into the plasma. So by estimating these enzymes that are present in the blood, we can identify some diseases. So these enzymes levels are increased in certain diseases. For example, I have given different enzyme patterns or enzyme profiles in different diseases. First type of disease is hepatic disease. In hepatic disease, there are enzymes which are increased in concentration in the blood. For example, you take an enzyme called ALT, which is called as alanine aminotransferase. So there can be a marked increase in parenchymal liver diseases. So in parenchymal liver disease, the concentration of alanine aminotransferase or ALT enzyme is increased. So this is a liver disorder. So in case of hepatic diseases, the first enzyme which is expected to be elevated in the blood or plasma is ALT, followed by ALP, which is called as alkaline phosphatase. Alkaline phosphatase is increased in obstructive liver diseases. In case of obstructive liver diseases, alkaline phosphatase concentration in the blood or plasma increases. Then we have another enzyme called nucleotide phosphatase, NTP. Nucleotide phosphatase or 5'-NTP, 5'-nucleotidase phosphatase. So this enzyme is elevated in case of liver dysfunction with cholestasis. Cholestasis is a condition where you will see the marked increase of this 5'-nucleotide phosphatase, 5'-NTP. Yeah. So this is also a liver dysfunction. So this is a enzyme which is used to identify the hepatic disease. Then we have another enzyme to identify the hepatic disease, that is GGT, called gamma glutamyl transferase. This is increased in obstructive and alcoholic liver diseases. So in case of alcoholic patients and in case of obstructive liver disorder, the gamma glutamyl transferase enzyme concentration increases. So these are the different enzyme profiles can be studied, can give an idea about the hepatic function or liver function. So these enzymes can be used as a markers to identify the hepatic diseases or liver related diseases. Then we have another enzyme pattern called myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction. In case of myocardial infarction, we can use different enzyme patterns to study. That is, first enzyme we can use for diagnosis of MI or myocardial infarction is creatine kinase. So actually the CKMB form of the isoenzyme we can use for myocardial infarction, because this is more specific towards myocardial infarction, because CKMB isoenzyme is mainly present in the myocardium. So this is the first enzyme, creatine kinase CKMB is the first enzyme to rise following a myocardial infarction. So CKMB isoenzyme is more specific isoenzyme to identify a myocardial infarction in a patient. Then another enzyme called aspartate aminotransferase, which is called as AST, aspartate aminotransferase. So this enzyme rises after the rise in creatine kinase and returns to normal in 4 to 5 days. So the immediate enzyme which is raised in myocardial infarction is CKMB, followed by creatine kinase. After 3 to 4 days of myocardial infarction, the enzyme AST, aspartate aminotransferase, rises after 4 to 5 days of myocardial infarction. So this rises after 1 day or 2 days, and it comes back to normal by 4 to 5 days actually. So it rises after the next day of myocardial infarction and lasts for about 3 to 4 days, and after 5 days the enzyme value comes down. So second day you can identify. Suppose sometimes myocardial infarction comes to a patient, but they think that it is just normal chest pain, so they don't come for evaluation. But next day if they come for clinic, and if we can check their AST levels, their AST levels second day will rise, but CKMB will follow, maybe mild increase you can identify. But AST will be at the peak after first or second day, and 3-4 days after 4 days or 5 days it comes back to the normal range. Then another enzyme we can use for myocardial infarction diagnosis is LDH, lactate dehydrogenase. So this is the last enzyme to rise in myocardial infarction. What it will do? This is raised after 2 days. So LDH1 is the more specific enzyme, which becomes more than 2 times. So the normal electrophoretic pattern of LDH I had shown you, but in case of myocardial infarction, this LDH shows a flipped pattern. So this LDH1 becomes very high, actually it is low, so it gives a flipped pattern. So CKMB, AST and LDH are the enzymes which are giving information pertaining to the myocardial infarction. So you can see here the CPK rises immediately up to the day 1. CPK is at very high level. The second enzyme is SGOT or AST. So this is at a peak after 2 days, means around 48 hours, 40 to 48 hours. The AST enzyme concentration is high after myocardial infarction. Then LDH. So LDH concentration, you can see it is peak at the 3rd day. So after 3 days LDH concentration is very high, and after 3 days of MI you can go for LDH estimation in the blood, which is more specific to identify whether the patient had myocardial infarction or not. So this is the order of identification of enzymes in myocardial infarction. So this is the normal pattern of LDH in serum electrophoretic pattern, but this is a flipped pattern. You can see the difference. The number 1 is actually low in normal pattern. Here the number 1 enzyme, LDH1 isoenzyme, has increased drastically because of myocardial infarction. So flipped pattern of LDH can be observed in myocardial infarction. Then let us see the muscle diseases. In case of muscle diseases, we have certain enzyme patterns to identify the muscle diseases. One, the first enzyme is creatine kinase, especially the CKMM isoenzyme. So CKMM isoenzyme is markedly increased in muscle diseases. So CKMM fraction of this isoenzyme is elevated in case of muscle diseases. Then another enzyme which can be used in muscle diseases is aspartate aminotransferase, AST. So this shows an increase in different type of muscle diseases, but actually this is not exactly specific to muscle diseases, but still you can identify. Then aldolase is another enzyme which is related to muscle disorders. So this is the earliest enzyme to rise, but actually this is also not specific. So more specific muscle related enzyme is creatine kinase, but of course this is also elevated in case of myocardial infarction. So when you are going for enzyme profile evaluation, you should rule out the other possibilities, and to make a accurate diagnosis you can take all this diagnostic profile to support your diagnosis much accurately. Then in case of bone related diseases, we have another enzyme called alkaline phosphatase. So this alkaline phosphatase actually can be increased in obstructive liver disorder. I have told you obstructive jaundice or obstructive liver disorders. But alkaline phosphatase actually 50% of its ALP is mainly present in bone. So bone related disorders can give can cause an increase in the alkaline phosphatase enzyme concentration in the blood. So marked elevation of ALP is observed in osteoblastic bone activity that can be seen in rickets. This ALP, which is a heat labile bone isoenzyme, elevated in rickets or in Paget's disease. Then prostate cancer, if you see the prostate cancer, to identify the prostate cancer, we have certain markers called prostate specific antigen and acid phosphatase. So this acid phosphatase is the enzyme which is produced by the prostate gland. So this serves as a marker for prostate cancer. So acid phosphatase concentration enzyme, ACP enzyme, is increased in case of metastatic bone disease, especially from a primary form of the prostate malignancy. So prostate specific antigen is also a marker for prostate cancer, which is observed increased in case of even if this is observed in mild, increase is observed in benign prostate enlargement also. So these are all the different enzymes which we use for the identification of different disease patterns. So isoenzymes are clinically important enzymes. They are very important because we can use these enzymes. By studying these enzyme patterns, we can understand the different disease patterns, and we can use it for clinical correlation, for therapeutic, I mean to say prognosis of the disease monitoring, and for diagnosis of the disease. So that is why clinically these enzymes are very important, and it is very important to know the biochemistry of enzymes also. So there are many more enzymes which we use for various diagnostic purposes. Like see, this is a list of enzymes I have given you, and the enzyme which is used for which testing also I have given. So we are using urea estimation in the lab. So urea estimation can be done by using an enzymatic method called urease, where we use the enzyme urease. So uric acid is also an enzymatic method we have in the lab. Uricase enzyme is used for the estimation of uric acid. Glucose oxidase peroxidase we can use for the estimation of glucose. Peroxidase enzyme we can use for the estimation of glucose. Then hexokinase enzyme we can use for glucose estimation. Cholesterol oxidase enzyme can be used for cholesterol estimation. So you can see here the various enzymes which are used for testing of certain parameters in the lab. So enzymes can be used for diagnostic purpose, can be used for the testing in the lab also. So by studying enzymes, we have got lot of applications to understand, and we can increase their scope for the benefit of mankind. So this is another table where I have shown the examples of the enzymes which can be used for the therapeutic purpose. So some enzymes we use for the therapeutic purpose. Let's say asparaginase can be used to treat acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Streptokinase is the enzyme which is used to lyse intravascular clot in case of in case of myocardial infarction, or which is because of any clot which is present in the blood vessels. Okay. So to lyse the clot that are accumulated in coronary artery, they can go for streptokinase, but it should be done under careful observation, careful guidance, they will do it. So streptokinase is the enzyme which is used to treat the intravascular clots. Even urokinase enzyme is also used to treat intravascular clots. Streptodronase can be used for treat the DNase treatment in genetic studies. I mean to say that recombinant DNA technologies. Hyaluronidase is an enzyme which is used to treat local anesthetic effect. Then pancreatin, which is used to treat the pancreatic insufficiency. Papain is an enzyme which is used to treat the anti-inflammatory conditions. Alpha-1 antitrypsin can be used to treat alpha antitrypsin deficiency, and emphysema also we can use these enzymes. So